And one more. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Adventures with Nubs. Apparently holding up drinks that we're drinking tonight. Don's got that cool water.
Cheers, everybody.
Don's at see-through.
But welcome back, everybody. And as y'all can tell, I got the wonderful, beautiful,
I'm on water.
most talented Dom.
Wow.
And then I
knew
got
that's exactly what you said about.
my amazing, wonderful sister from the
Another
UK,
mister.
who's now in VA, not VA, but PA, Channys. And then we got the masked man who's somewhere over there. I don't see him. He's like hiding.
He's gone. He's gone.
And then we got Mr. Donnie, Mr. Double D up in the house.
Smoking that dope.
We don't smoke no dope around here. No. But hey, everybody, how y'all doing? And I'm so happy to stream. I got this stream really. Dom's the one that actually mentioned it to be on Twitter about talking about and helping other investigators and all that.
I didn't say nothing.
And then I remember Fluffy and Jenny like a couple months ago saying talking about going old school, like doing old school techniques, like just EVPs and all that, like. And so that's what got me thinking about this topic, going about just how the OG investigators investigate it. Like, it's going to be awesome. This is episode 1. I have a couple episodes of these planned, and I cannot wait. But yeah, I want everybody on panel to name one object or one equipment that OG investigators used. I'm gonna go with Ouija boards because I know OGs use Ouija boards. Like,
I don't know where I've put it, but dowsing rods. I just got my new dowsing rods through yesterday.
yeah, dowser rods, Ouija boards,
pendulum.
I'm gonna go with gyroscope.
I've just recently heard about that. Through you. You told me actually. What? Yeah, on the last panel.
I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah. It's like a really old school.
You can also go with bells.
Hi, Mama Amy.
Hi.
I forgot to text you and let you know.
Hi, Amy.
Hey, Amy.
How are
Hi,
y'all?
Sandra. Hi, everybody in the chats.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. You can. I would say you can use bells also. Well, old school they would put some bells, string bells, stuff like that. So
we've got these. We just got these new lights in, so it goes by vibration and touch.
Cool.
So it'll only go off if you talk or tap it.
That's cool.
So yeah, we're gonna use them in our next investigation. So that should be interesting to see what happens with that.
I invented it.
No,
I know an old school method. They used to use just plain baby powder. Just
yeah. I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
What's up, Corey?
That would be freaky though, just to see some bare footprints across the floor.
some drag marks through it.
Also, well, depends on the period, but if you go like in the 80s, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they used to use tape recorders, which now have evolved to those type of Jesus Christ. this thing is gonna kill me. Now you see them. Yeah, this little device. Does like a it's digital, but it does like a tape recorder.
What about you, Mama
that's cool.
Amy?
What?
What old school technique?
What?
How old do you think I am, Nubsy?
I'm talking about like how the OGs did. I know not you. You're only 22, so I
Thank
mean,
you. I'm 29, but that's okay. I don't know. Just, I mean, really, back in the day, there wasn't much they did use.
That's true.
I mean, I still say every time we go anywhere, Laney's my best paranormal tool that I have. So I guess just yourself, your senses.
Yeah, you're a vessel. Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely the number one tool is yourself. Like,
And a Polaroid camera.
Yes.
Yes.
And a puddle of mud.
7 things. Anyway, but I actually challenge all my paranormal investigator friends, myself, and para-urbexers to go old school for a video.
We can
I've
do
done
it.
it.
Definitely.
I've done it
I'll go.
with just my camera and
I'm
my.
gonna try that tomorrow at some point.
I mean, technically, halfway through all of our videos, we do that because every one of our batteries ends up dying.
That is true. Yeah, my batteries die so quick. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Especially right now, since like the weather's really, really cold. I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna have to do the baby powder technique.
Good idea,
actually,
Sandra.
at some point.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I'm definitely would love to try that.
I
Oh,
never would have thought about that one.
nice. But yes, old school ways that they caught evidence is always like just epic to me. Like I know they a lot of them use Ouija boards too. Like, and they never did it alone. They always had people with them. I'm gonna try the Ouija board alone challenge.
I would. I'd be so down for that challenge.
Hey, Mama Cassie, you feeling better? I hope you're feeling better.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Sandra. Everybody in the chat.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Sandra.
Sean.
But I hope everybody's been good. Anybody have any awesome investigations coming up soon? I know me and
We do.
Dakota.
We're out on the road tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's
Me
kinda
too.
sporadic.
Yeah.
We were gonna finish up Breezewood tomorrow, but we don't know. There's only 1.5 things to do in Breezewood because we did it all.
We've got so many Google pinpoints going on right now, and they're like
Ohio,
taking us everywhere, and all of them are pretty awesome. So yeah, it's just the hardest thing is actually making a decision on where we want to go. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. We've got like explores and a lot more paranormal coming, and also PLE is gonna take his hand into Randonautica as well. So he's going to be having some Randonautica on his channel too. But we're going to film separately. So like I'll do a couple, he'll do a couple, and to find out on my channel what happens with him, you'll have to go over and see.
And vice versa.
Nice.
Very smart.
It's going to be quite it's going to be good.
We are actually going to an old Civil War hospital / battlefield tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. It's like 5 hours, I think, 7 p.m. to like 12 or 1 or something like that.
Ooh,
Nice.
cool.
I see a shadow in Double D's.
It's my fiance.
We got a
It's not a ghost, I promise.
Oh yeah. Also, we got coming up in April, I believe. Pinhurst.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
We'll be doing Pinhurst as well.
April, we are going back to the Avondale plantation. where me and Dakota and Lucky Seven Scratcher and all of us went, and we actually caught the phantom cat.
Oh, no.
Recently, I saw the South Cats and James the Fam actually went there, and I told them, I was like, because the woman showed them the cat that the picture we took, and I was like, we're the ones that took that picture, like, and apparently she shows everybody that goes in there that picture. But we're going back
That's very
there
cool.
April 2nd. Me, Dakota, Rob, Josh Hodge, and his girlfriend, and Expedition with Ryan. We're all going up there April 2nd. We're going to 666, and we have a bunch of stuff planned that whole first week of April.
That sounds epic.
March is what I need to do and find stuff to do.
I can't wait to be back doing investigations. I still don't know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I can't wait to be back.
Do a cooking
It's
channel,
just
Dom. Do a cooking channel.
No, I'm talking about paranormal,
man.
Cooking channel. Yeah, I could do that too. I'm a chef, so.
I would say you could do a sports channel, but your team's the Cowboys, so.
Oh my, here we go.
Oh
Hi,
man,
Ricky.
Nubsy. Amy's gonna kick your butt, man.
I forgot Amy's up here.
Shall we go over Cowboy and Eagle stats, Nubsy?
No.
Upset Amy.
No.
You can't do with the Redskins. I mean, Washington.
That's what I thought.
But yes.
Yes. So you were saying, Nubs?
I have somebody in the basement. I have a squirrel in the basement. What's that, Corey?
Hey.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, how's it going?
Nice to meet y'all.
What about you, Mama? You have any investigations coming up soon?
We do. We have a couple that we're going to be doing in a few weeks, and then we're going to be going on an East Texas trip with Rooted Expedition to hit up some places and stuff. So
that's going to be cool.
Looking forward to those.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm still working on videos from the last one. So.
What about you, Double D?
Actually, yeah, I've got a busy next couple weeks.
Nice.
I have the Olustee Battlefield, which is the bloodiest battle in Florida. I'm going there on the 28th of February, yeah. And then March, I have 2 old jails to go do.
Ooh.
Nice.
I like jails. Yeah. We've only been to one, and we're supposed to be going back there when it gets warmer.
Yeah,
one of them is. I've got an exciting thing for you too, Nubs.
You need to, if you're ever in the West Virginia area, you need to go to Moundsville, or known as West Virginia Penitentiary.
I would love to.
that'd be a good one.
You need, bro. This place is so massive.
I heard that place is crazy.
I heard somebody told me they're actually shutting it down.
Well, I mean, I haven't heard anything like that as of recently, but I know when I went, like, it was, I mean, the most activity we got was up in the infirmary. And legit, we heard literal chains and footsteps being dragged across the floor.
No.
And there were no chains around anywhere.
Nice.
Legit 100% conversations between 2 spirits.
Wow.
And
Squirrel, can you send me the information on that?
That's epic.
I will have my I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
If any my name is Corey Andrews, by the way.
All right.
I can get you the information. My wife can get you all the info. It's
Absolutely.
a great place to go.
I like going to the old jails and stuff.
See, that's like St. Albans. St. Albans is one I recommend for anybody to go to. Like, I want to go back. I want to go back so bad.
Oh, speaking of West
Where's it
Virginia,
at, no?
Anytime
Radford,
that you want to
Virginia.
come in, hit me up,
What's
bro.
up, Jake?
I can do that.
Awesome.
Because
speaking of West Virginia,
that's
I'm
our
sorry.
that's pretty much our home haunted location is St. Albans.
Nice.
Right. That's awesome.
All right. Nubs, we're gonna have a week full of adventure, brother.
What were you saying, PLE?
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. But yeah, speaking of West Virginia, like Squirrel was talking about, we need to go to
Hey, Carol.
the Trans-Allegheny penitentiary, or whatever.
Mhm.
There's a story with that one.
Yeah.
It's a bit personal, but my great grandmother, she was sent there back in 1925, and that's where she died in 1994.
Wow.
So yeah,
Oh, wow.
she spent her whole life pretty much up there.
I'm on the East Coast.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's crazy. And another a really great festival to go to in West Virginia is the Mothman Festival.
Mothman, yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go there every year when we can. They got great live bands there, food trucks the entire length of Main Street.
Oh wow!
Wow.
The last time we were there, they had some of the best cryptid hunters in the nation come to that one location. They even had at one time they had the Ames team from Mountain Monsters.
Okay.
Off of Travel or Discovery Channel or Travel Channel, whatever you want to call it. Forget. Yeah, we stood in line for like 6 hours to meet those guys.
Yeah,
Wow.
you guys had Dan Bell a few years
dedication.
ago.
But it's all on honesty. It's that they supposedly the story is back in like the 60s or something like that. There was a bridge, like a steel bridge, that went across the Ohio River, and it flew down. And supposedly, they either think that it caused the accident or it was trying to warn them.
Are you talking about the Mothman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I personally think that the Mothman was sent to warn people about these tragic accidents and all that, not to harm people. I think he was sent to warn people. That's what I've always believed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
I would love to meet the Mothman and the Jersey Devil. The Pine Barrens in New Jersey. I think that's what the Jersey Devil, the Pine Barrens. That's a place that I really want to explore. But people say you can get lost quick in those woods. But it would still be epic to try.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You got to worry about crazy people and like the hillbillies and all that like to hang out in the woods, like the West Virginian, like wrong turn people.
I don't want to meet them.
Like, well, I'm related to them. Night, Sandra.
Okay, I feel a bit safer. Good night, Pinky.
Yeah, I'm actually one of them. I'm the brother that they just pushed away because I didn't believe in the whole eating people. Like random people. I'm like, why don't we just eat the children first and then work our way to others? Like that's how the old school people see. We're going old school ways tonight. That's how the old school did it. You sacrifice the children.
Isn't it supposed to be Paranormal 101, not cannibalism?
This is coming from a guy that worked at a daycare. My bad, guys.
Jesus.
I'm not that bad.
All I can say is if you see purple posts around a farm or area or a property, turn around and go the opposite way.
And that's the way it is.
Because that you'll get shot. In Appalachian terms, that means we shoot without asking questions.
Okay.
That's what that means.
Yeah, because you're in Virginia too, aren't you?
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I'm in Southwest Virginia. I live about 45. No, I want to say about 30 to 45 minutes away from Radford, Virginia.
Okay, so you're
It's a little,
legit probably 2 hours top from me because I'm like an hour and 15 to an hour and a half away from Radford.
yeah,
So you're about
yeah.
2 hours away. That's a really good question. I have been actually wondering that myself. Um, I know that there's the chupacabra. There's a version of the chupacabra or the hellhound. I know it's either chupacabra or hellhound that uh is people considered a cryptid slash alien, but I can't remember if it's the chupacabra or hellhound. I'll have to ask old Matthew about that. He's my cryptid guy. He's the one I go to. Him or uh Ryan or Asher. I go to them three for anything cryptid related because I'm learning myself about these cryptids. Like I'm actually trying. I think next Saturday I'm bringing back cryptid Saturdays, and I'll be talking about hellhounds next weekend. So, which I have my story about hellhounds, my experience. Y'all will find out next weekend.
Nice.
Well, if I may say so myself, I believe that cryptids have also influence in how the paranormal conducts itself. Because I've heard stories about where Bigfoot has been in the presence of known haunted locations. A lot of people will go to a haunted location, and not only will they experience haunted stuff such as taps and stuff like that inside a house or abandoned locations, or even maybe like a graveyard or some type, but they'll also hear tree knocks. They'll
Yeah,
hear, they'll hear tree knocks, they'll hear yelps and whoops and stuff like that off in the distance at the same time that they capture evidence. So, and and I believe from what I've been told, I don't know if this is entirely true, but I've kind of come to the conclusion that a lot of them can actually travel through portals just like spirits can.
yeah,
I mean, because how can you explain that they'll track it to a certain extent and then all of a sudden it just disappears with no sign or trace? Don't make any sense. I mean,
tree knocking 3 times. Like when you ask a tree, like something to knock on the tree or something 3 times, and it does it. That's what gets me sometimes. Like that's happened on 666 multiple times. Which I've been told by somebody there was actually an accident on 666 not too long ago, and a person died or something. And this is the other one, not the one that we went to on Halloween. That not the one we went to, PLE and Cheney, but the other one that's not
Right.
as like evil, I should say. Because the one we went to is pure evil. Like the stuff I've seen is pure evil down there. But the other one's pretty bad, but it's not as bad. I know there's Indian burial ground, or yeah, there's some type of no, it's a slave burial ground somewhere on that 666, and there's like a hey Hensley, and
hey,
there's like
Hensley.
like a little octagon type building where they used to do satanic rituals.
I really want to go there.
But the thing
That place
is,
interesting.
the woods, there's no trespassing signs everywhere saying you can't go in the woods. And that's where all this, like the graveyard and the octagon thing is in the woods. The road you can walk just fine, but when you go in the woods, that's when they have issues.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was talking about somebody with this. You know how people say something bad is buried on a Native American burial ground. If you think about it, the whole United States is technically a Native American burial ground because they were here before it was the United States, and you don't know how many Indians and Native Americans died. So you think about it, it's the whole United States is a Native American burial ground. I've been thinking about that, and I'm like,
Technically, it's any burial ground because
yeah,
back in the day when you died, you were buried where you died. They
that is
didn't want
true.
a rotted body on the wagon train to stir up animals, and so it's not just
You had
native. It's
you
That
had
is
to be
true.
you had to be very 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 special when you died to take a train to that your body would be transported somewhere.
right.
So as you were saying, Amy, they would bury you on the spot or a little bit further down the road where you died.
Yeah.
That's
That's why the
true.
people that say their brand new house can't be haunted, it's yes, it can because you don't know what's down underneath you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
I
true.
like hearing those things. Oh, my house can't be haunted. It's a brand new house. Okay.
Isn't that what that one movie's based upon? The Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. It's based. Yeah. The Poltergeist is based on the story that the house was built on Indian cemetery, and yeah, you're right.
Like,
Very good movie, by the way.
Yeah.
I would love the newer Poltergeist they did with the little girl and all that in it. I can't remember. I think the little girl gets sucked into like the wall or something. That was a good one. But
I can't think of that one.
how you doing, Hensley brother? Good seeing you, man.
Yeah, the
You're
land
right,
can be
Hensley.
haunted. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, just think about it. What if somebody built a house on top of a battleground they haven't even discovered yet?
Yeah.
The
That's
energy,
not,
it goes back to residual and any kind of material or land or something like that can soak in that energy.
But also
Like a time clock. Yeah, like a recorder, and certain moon phase, certain time, certain day, right temperature, it will automatically just play like a recorder. It will release that energy.
but sometimes let's say you take a cemetery, whatever cemetery, once it's full, they tend to take out bodies to bring them to the new cemetery that they built up, but sometimes they just fill up the land with the rest of the remains of the rest of the bodies they can't scoop out, and people will build houses, parks, and stuff like that on those sites.
Yeah.
Uh,
A good example would be Paris, France.
mhm.
The catacombs that are underneath the city.
I have,
Yeah, that's
I
a good
have,
example.
yeah, I have something from the catacombs.
I remember you saying you showed us something last stream.
I have
That's crazy.
bones and teeth and dust from beneath in the catacombs.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh wow.
See,
Hold
that's
on,
my dream
hold on.
location.
I'll try to get them for you.
That is my dream location, hands down, is the catacombs. But
He's crazy. Not me.
I'll never see it because I won't fly, but
that's my
it is a
issue. I'm
location I would love to
terrified of a
see.
plane. I am terrified of getting on. See, I'll get to a ship and a boat all day, but I'm
Yeah.
terrified of getting on a plane. Oh,
Love
hang
that.
on,
Oh
Now,
wow. Yeah.
hang on,
now
John.
with the picture, you can't see properly, but inside,
Yeah.
hold on.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It says
Jesus
skull.
I
Christ!
see a
Hold on
skull
2
in it.
seconds.
I love the background. I really do, Dom.
Get a little mask back
Yeah,
on.
that's an awesome background.
Oh, there we go. Hang on, hang on. Dag nabbit.
That's wicked.
Okay. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's
that's
cool.
wicked.
But
All the white stuff you see is bones, and I don't know where it is. I don't want to open it, but inside I have a teeth also.
That's amazing.
You should
Have you
open
had a
it.
lot of experiences from that?
No, don't open it.
From keeping that?
At
That's a good question.
the beginning, when I got them at the beginning, the K2 was going crazy. I did cleansing on the let's say the small pots, and since that, once in a while I'll get a spark on the K2, but not really. But my house is haunted, so go figure it out. Is it this? Is it the house? Is it? I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I have a lot of haunted objects here in the house, voodoo dolls, stuff like that. So yeah.
I'm actually getting some dolls tomorrow. Dakota's giving me like 10 haunted dolls.
Cool.
So I will be having some investigations for dolls soon. And I think Amy just said she wants me to bring her 1 or 2 of them to the reunion.
I'll take them.
Okay, you like dolls? Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
you can.
Actually,
I'll take them.
Amy, you just reminded me. I have a Raggedy Ann from 1961. It's
Nice.
actually the first edition. It's still in
You're
the
sending
box.
it to me.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
I need it.
No, I'm keeping that one. Sorry, but I have 1, 2, 3, about 10 Raggedy Anns.
Oh my god, so jealous.
I even
Mine's
have
handmade.
ones. I also have Andy ones. Well, the brother of Raggedy Ann in small miniature. Hold on, I'll show you that.
I have one doll, but it's not haunted. I've never got anything off of it.
Oh, cute.
Oh, wow. It's like really
Is that
tiny.
Andy? Oh, it's Raggedy Andy.
Well, actually, this is
Yeah.
Andy. It's not Raggedy Ann.
Oh, yeah.
And this young fellow is a small production from 1972, I think, or 73.
Nice.
Did y'all know back in 73, Dom was 82 already?
Back in 73, I was 16 US. Stop lying.
He was 82. I was 105, so I mean.
Oh yes.
Got one too.
Cool.
Nice.
That's so cool.
Oh,
It's really old as well.
Found him in Gundry. He's just laying outside on the.
Hold on. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yep.
I
That's
got
awesome.
something.
Clean him up.
Now,
Mine isn't
that's
actually
where-
a Raggedy Ann doll, though. She's a handmade Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Mom!
You're on YouTube.
Grandma. Which one's that one?
Raggedy Ann.
Oh, I see.
The
a skull.
original Raggedy Ann.
The original Raggedy Scully.
Oh, God. It's Annabelle.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Number
Oh,
one.
wow.
Number 1.
That is awesome.
That's the first one off the shelf in the market. The box is starting to get a little bit beat up, but yeah, that's a price
You
dog.
That's
You need to
awesome.
wrap that in bubble wrap and stick it away somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Put in a firebox.
One of those
Yeah.
hermetically sealed.
Because that, God, you got.
I need
No,
a
you
rubber
put that-
skull.
You ought to put that in a safe deposit box.
Oh,
Just
hang
keep
on.
it.
Hang on, he got a doll. Oh, God.
Oh, nice.
This is Eleanor.
Hi,
She
Eleanor.
is an actual legit haunted doll. We actually received her from another family a couple of years back, and she's been with us ever since.
She's pretty epic.
She's nice.
Yeah, she was really well taken care of, and she's got a sister. Her name is Mara. She is currently sitting on one of the shelf just right beside of her. And
What's
when we
the name?
originally got Mara, what was really
Mara?
crazy is we had her on, we had her on a stand, that you put them on. And my kids, I have 2 kids, and they won't go around these dolls at all. They can sense that, So we left one day to go get some groceries, and she was facing toward our living room to where you could see her if you sat down in a chair or something. When we come back, Mara had actually turned 180 degrees facing the wall. And we think to this day is because that she didn't have a friend with her. And that's where Eleanor comes in. But yeah.
See, I don't have any haunted dolls, but Dakota said he's gonna give me
It's
like
funny.
10 of them.
It's funny you said your doll is named Mora, because I do also have a doll named Mora.
Oh wow!
That's why I was going. Did you say Mora? Yeah.
Dom, is that the doll that's in the box?
What? No, that's another thing. That's not the box. Mora's another. You're talking.
Okay. This doll's awesome.
You're talking about Margot.
Margot, yeah, there we go.
I like that box.
I like it too. Well, actually, she moved in the box, so.
Night Wicked.
No,
Good night. Night Wicked.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Margot. I'm gonna close the box now. Yeah. Margot is a voodoo doll. She comes from Haiti, and she's sometimes real nasty. Well, no, sorry, I didn't say you were nasty.
Hey, Mo.
But hey, Mo, how's it going? Yeah, short story. I have a friend here that lives about 20-25 minutes from me. He has a haunted doll too. Her name is Anna, and we decided to do a live between Anna, Margot, and a friend in France. And Margot kept saying on the live that she didn't like Anna. And we kept on asking questions, and she shut the whole live down. We couldn't hook up.
Wow.
So, that's why I say it can be some kind of
newbie.
All this doll talk, I miss Ruth.
I know. I miss her.
But Ruth is coming back. We got a few more days till Ruth comes back.
Hey, y'all getting Ruth back?
Yeah, I was about to ask that. When is Ruth coming back?
Yeah, we gotta go pick her up. She was pretty adamant. I can't even say the word right. Adamant. She's pretty adamant on like the 5th. Like, you come back on the 5th and get me. Don't forget me. But yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she was quite direct.
Very. She said 4 weeks. Come back on the 5th. So I miss her. I miss having her around. We got her doll here. It's just a vessel without her. But it's crazy though. She won't really do anything with the doll itself per se. Like she won't move it. But when it comes to like direct messages, whatever, like telepathy, whatever, or through like a session. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
she's on point.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like y'all's y'all's little Ruthie series. Like,
Yeah, I'm thinking about
it was
getting
cool.
her. I'm thinking about getting her a better doll, more that fits her era. I found one. I fell in love
Ask
with
her to
it.
choose it.
I thought about surprising her, but yeah, I'm gonna have to ask her if she wants this one or wants to keep the same one that she was in. Yeah. Yep.
what about you, PLE? What vessel are you gonna go into next?
What vessel I'm going into next? Well, I'm thinking about. Never mind, I can't even say that on live. But
By the way, PLE, you're a big fan. Wouldn't want to go to sleep. He was watching your premiere,
oh, we'll
and
tell him when he wakes up.
he told me he would get up during the live because he knew you would be on panel.
We'll tell him that I love him and
Oh, he
definitely.
loves you, man. He loves you, man. He talks about you every single day.
That is PLE's biggest fan.
Oh, seriously,
crazy.
seriously,
Yeah,
and
he
I'm
is.
not joking. I'm
He
not
is.
trying to be
He is.
a
Hey,
sucker.
Georgia,
He
welcome,
really loves
Hey,
you.
Georgia.
from Wales. Nice. I think you're my second follower from Wales. Yeah, because Abandoned Wales is my other one. Yeah, nice.
Georgia.
But yes, I think tomorrow for like even if it's just one video tomorrow, because I'm gonna have plenty of videos. Because y'all know I don't edit my videos, so I just do series. I make all my videos, like my investigations, into series, which is cool, I think. But for one of I think for the first part, I'm gonna do nothing but film, and that's it. I'm gonna see if I can get any like voices or anything.
I'm
'Cause
gonna.
it's just gonna be me, Dakota, and Shane.
You
Rob's
just
not
gave
gonna
me
be
an
there.
idea. You just gave me an idea. I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go. There's a cemetery here where they buried the remains of the airplane crash here. So I'm gonna go to that cemetery, but only with a camera. Nothing else. No equipment. Nothing else. I'm gonna just walk and ask questions.
Mm.
I'm gonna try that
Yeah.
tomorrow, Nubs.
Do
You
it.
just gave me that idea, so I'm gonna try
I
that.
did it. I did it. I gave you an idea. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try that just to see how good it works. And
We'll see. We'll see.
yeah,
Doesn't mean it's gonna work. Doesn't mean
yeah. I
it's
mean, it
not.
doesn't mean it's gonna work right away or first video or
This is how the old school used to do it, and you can go to a place even now, with all the equipment we have and stuff. You can go to a place and you will have zero, nothing, nada,
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
a single
that is true.
fly in the. And the next person can go and in 20 minutes gonna have like 40 answers to
Yep.
the question.
Yeah.
It's a balance of things. So meaning you could go to the cemetery or whatever in the woods tomorrow, walk with your camera and have nothing. Doesn't mean you're not doing a job. That doesn't mean you're not doing something.
Love
Meaning,
you, Charmaine.
Hey,
Good night,
Charmaine.
All
Charmaine.
right, Charmaine.
What is all of y'all's
you
take?
didn't catch nothing, and oh, there goes my
Yeah.
dog. Sorry.
But that is true. Like, hey, Benny. But what is everybody's take on Dybbuk boxes?
I
want one.
really
I'd
want to
open
try
one.
and find a proper one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one here.
Of course you do, Dom.
one
Of
that
course
You
you
got
do.
everything, Dom.
No, seriously, I've been thinking for a long time. I want to open that box because on two things. One of my friends got a box and when he opened it, he opened it the box, and inside was only magnets inside the box.
Oh,
Nice.
And he paid a couple of dollars for that box. So yeah. So when I got mine, I was going, I'm gonna freaking open that. I want to know what's inside that box, because the K2 goes crazy when I'm next to
Thank you,
that
Vinny.
box with the K2. I could ask question. It goes crazy till red.
Well, the reason I was asking is
So
because me and Dakota, in one of our next locations, not the one we're going to tomorrow, but in one of our future investigation, we were planning on opening the Dybbuk box on top of the Ouija board while we're using the Ouija board. And I wanted to get y'all
If you're
opinions.
gonna do it properly, eh?
I want to get y'all opinions
Nubsy,
on if
Nubsy,
we're dumb or if it's
I
Be very, very, very careful.
Oh yeah, like
That's
we're
what
going to be as safe
I was going to say, why don't do separate things instead of trying to do something big.
That is true.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Well, I'm not gonna tell you don't do it, because if I would be there, I would do it. I'm so damn stupid. So it's hard to say don't do it, but at the same time, Nubsy, you have to be careful doing those things, because you have to be in control of what you're doing. So
Yeah.
the board is already complicated to control by your own self. Putting a Dubia box, if it's really loaded, you'll probably get some shit on the arms, and probably won't be that fun. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would say, I'm not saying don't do those.
But
I'm
don't
saying,
do it together.
like do the Ouija board, then do the Dubic, or do the Dubic Ouija board after, but not both together.
Yeah. Jane, I keep
That's my humble opinion.
at least two
Even,
bottles
even
of holy
if
water.
if I know that maybe I would do both at the same time, but that's me. I'm not gonna tell nobody go do that. Because some people I'm not saying you don't have experience with that, but some people do not, and sometimes they tend to do what we do. You understand what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So not to put somebody in jeopardy, I would say, like, humble opinion, do one on one side, the other on. You can do both on the same night. I'm not.
Yeah. And we also not gonna do it
like on separate shots.
Yeah, we're not
I don't
gonna
know
do
what
it near our house. Like we're
I
gonna
don't
do
know
it.
what kind of things. I'll let them talk, because sometimes I tend to talk too much. So I'm gonna zip and let the panel go on.
But we're not gonna do it near our house either, which is good. We're gonna do it at like undisclosed location. We were thinking the Ward Shadow House actually, because Rob is actually trying to buy that property and all that, so that way if he owns it, then that way we can put no trespassing signs up or whatever, so that way hopefully nobody will try to go in it and whatever. And no, I don't have any crystals actually.
Well, that don't stop a PLE. Jesus, that's an invitation.
I was gonna say no trespassing sign, says the explorer.
That is true. That is true.
That's another thing. When you put those signs up, yeah, you're.
What about
That's
you,
like
Mama?
advertising.
What's your opinion on it?
You do not want my opinion, Nubsy.
I probably don't, but hey, I think I already know
No. I will clarify. I don't. What you guys do is your own deal, because you're grown adults. You know what you're doing. I can't do any of that personally, because Lainey is, well, PLE. Lainey is so sensitive that I can't chance any of that, because we've had so many negative attachments and stuff like that I won't chance it ever again. So
Yeah.
That's the only reason why we won't do any of it.
And him.
But just be careful. Be very, very careful.
Yeah, I'm all about the
I personally,
chaos, so don't ask me.
I already know your answer, PLE and Channys. Y'all will be
Well-
the first one sitting right there with me to do it.
I
Guilty.
personally would be cautious because you're already opening up the Ouija board portal right there, and it's hard to tell what's going to be coming out because it's uncertain of what is there when you do that.
Right, yeah.
And then to add that into the equation just makes it that much more uncertain because you don't know what's in that Dybbuk box. No one, So, I mean, it could severely alter your life if at all possible. I mean,
Hey, Ryan.
all I'm
Yeah,
saying is just weigh out the pros and cons before you do it. That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
It's all fun and games sometimes until something actually becomes real. It's like, oh crap! Now I got it. Like
Yep.
one time, one of my last times, I was really serious about it. Like 10 years ago, we had a really great session for about a couple of months, and this person came through this and that, telling us stories and everything. It was great, and then it forewarned us that this person forewarned us that there's other things around that are not from this world, that were never once us, a blade of grass, nothing like that. This is from another world. And it was warning us they're watching him through, watching us through him. And they disappeared. He was gone. And then something else came through. And thank God for this, that whatever was coming through wasn't intelligent. But it took me like 3.5 hours to put that thing back in the board. And I was like, nope, I'm done with this.
Wow.
And now here I am 10 years later,
See, the worst thing that's happened to me on a board is one time it was like we was just messing around, me, my cousins, and a few friends, and we was playing with it in the living room area of this abandoned house. We went upstairs because we heard footsteps, and of course, you hear noises, you're gonna explore and check it out. I mean, who wouldn't? But I was the last one upstairs, and there was nothing at the bottom of the stairs. When we came back down, there were boots lining up from the bottom of the steps to where the Ouija board was, legit, on the pathway to the Ouija board from the bottom of the steps. And then one time, me and somebody else was doing it, and something whispered in our ear, but we didn't let go. And then something it burnt, but it was burning, but it was it was weird. It was like a bug walking on you burning or something. I don't know. But it didn't leave no marks or nothing bad happened, but the whole boots going from the bottom of steps to the Ouija board was a little chaotic. And we got out of there right away because it was just us four in there. But it could have been somebody else sneaking around or something. You never know. People are sneaky.
Justine.
I generally won't even watch people doing the Ouija board and stuff. But I do have to say, Channy, you are very respectful with yours, and you're very cautious. And so I can watch yours. And as a matter of fact, that's probably why I fell in love with you to begin with, is y'all's Ouija board sessions and your necrophonics and all that. But a lot of them I will not watch because they're just so chaotic, and they go into it thinking it's a joke and it's a toy. And
see, that's why I
can't
won't
even
do
watch
it.
them.
That's why I won't do it unless the person I'm doing it with is straight up serious about it. I won't do it with somebody taking it as a game.
I call that the Hollywood.
Yes.
The Hollywooding way of Ghost Adventures.
Yes.
They come in there. Oh, we're done. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You have to find your limits as well.
Yeah.
I've said it a few times, in my videos. But if you're gonna take it seriously and you're really gonna concentrate, You have to find your limits. And what I mean by that is, for me personally, when it gets to about 20 minutes being blindfolded and got your headphones on, you tend to go into a trance. This is what happens with me. I go into a trance and my senses are open up even more. And I found within about 20 minutes, really dark stuff starts coming through.
Yes.
And if you don't snap out, and people have seen me freak out quite a lot around the 20-minute mark, because that's when it's happening. But if you're going to be one of these people that are like, yeah, I'll take it further, you'll be a fool to do so, because it can be very, very dangerous. Like I mean, I like to push things, but I won't push that. Not a chance.
I'm trying. Well, I'm trying to do the SS method, but
I'm nervous about it myself.
By my own,
It's amazing
and
to
I'm
do.
trying to. I'm still waiting to do it because I haven't planned to the teeny pinpoints of once. Well, I'm gonna be alone to do that. I need some questions, so I figured that out. The question method, I'm gonna use a recorder, pre-record questions and stuff like that. But the time of being there and stuff to get out and stuff, I still haven't planned that, so I haven't done that. But yeah,
I'm looking fly.
Majesty in space time. We put a timer on ours.
Oh, sorry. Double D, what is your opinion
on you opening up the divot box and doing the Ouija board at the same time? Oh man, I can't give you any say whether to do it or not, because for one, I've never messed with the Ouija board. I've never done anything with the Ouija board. I wouldn't know how to use one if one was put in front of me. But because it's always been taught to me, through my family, that the Ouija board is a juju. It's not good. It's bad. However, I've come to find out here lately that it's really not. It's all in how you use it and what your intentions are with it. So I couldn't say one way or another, but I would caution you not to, because I've seen what comes out of some of those divot boxes sometimes. And they're not always, controllable, so to speak.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And to go to what you're saying, Double D, is the fact that it does get a bad rap, just like anything with the paranormal or whatever. Everybody says, "Oh, you can't hunt ghosts. That's bad. This is bad. Everything is bad about it." No, it's what your intentions are with everything. It's all in how you approach each and every investigation you go to, and also how you approach each location you go to, because you don't go in. I mean, that's one of the, speaking of paranormal 101, you don't go into an investigation blind as far as the location you're going to. You got to do your research. You got to, because if you don't, then it'd be like going into like a place that you don't know what's there. You know what I mean? But I understand that you got to have experiences in that, to experience that. But it should be in your toolbox to do that, to do your research, do your investigations before that, gather evidence from people that are there, that live in the area, because that will help you.
Yeah. When I go to these big places like St. Albans, Avondale Plantation, the Graffiti House, I did some like St. Albans. I did a bunch of research, like whew. But when we just riding around and exploring and just trying to find a house to explore, a lot of times we go to the neighbors and ask them if they know any history or anything about the house, if anything tragic happened, or how long it's been abandoned, why it's abandoned. We just ask them random questions and all that. And 90% of the time, them neighbors will talk to you like crazy and will give you so much details. And that's the best way to find history and all that too. Like,
Right. Ask around. You also got to
like
take
that
things
one
into
guy
perspective.
at that house we went to, PLE, that neighbor at that one place by the church, that one house where I couldn't get up there, but you and
Oh,
Timmy
yeah.
got in. That
Yeah.
neighbor was talking to you like he was your best friend.
Yeah, they'll do that. I that's how I got into the Taco Bell. I talked with the person that was just walking around and got me in, so got us in. But another thing we got to take in perspective as well is not just only not going in blind, like Squirrel said. That's very true. But your intents when you're walking into this place, because they're looking at you like you just, what are you doing in my house? Or what are you doing
Right.
in my place of work?
Yeah.
Or like if it's an abandoned factory or something, what are you doing here while I'm relaxing? You got to think about that too, because they're scared, or they're just because you just walked into their
Oh,
space.
that puppy dog.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, dude, I'm used
No,
to it.
I
My
like what
dogs
you're
do that, and
saying,
they don't get
Felix.
all the loving.
Yeah, he wants to
No,
play now.
What were you saying?
no, I like what PLE says, because it's like me or anybody else, like, because spirits, I want to say like 95% of them used to be just like us. They were human,
Mm-hmm.
just like us. They had feelings, they had touch, feel, taste, everything. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like I don't come into your house acting like a fool. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't come in there and just intentionally provoke out of the blue. I mean, why? Because and that's what I got to say is, because if you do that, they ain't going to talk to you. They're going to walk away.
No.
They're going to
Yeah.
force you out.
Actually,
You know what I mean?
actually, Corey and PLE are both right. Um, when you go to a place, some people say, "Oh, I don't want the history. I don't want to know what happened in those places." But
Yeah, you do.
actually, when you get that history, you can use it to your advantage. What I
Mm-hmm.
mean by this is, um, if you know somebody that passed away in the house at one exact point in the house, you can try and to like bring the spirits to talk to you about that experience. And as PLD said, the intent of going in, I tend to on every investigation I go. First of all, when I come into the place, which is a cemetery, a house, a museum, whatever, I will let the entities know who I am, what I'm doing here. I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to hear your story. I'm here to fill up some blanks in the part of the history. You know, by doing that, I think, well, that's my humble opinion. I think it brings a certain attachment to the entities. They'll be more willing to come out and talk to you than if you come into the place and say, "Hey, what's your name? Give me some answers. Hey, you, bip, 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 bip," you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's that way. Yes, you'll probably get some answers, but way less than if you bring up your intentions of why you're there and the reason. So somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, when I go to, like, I know this is a road, but when I go to, like, 666, I always tell them, I was like, hey, we're just here to film, and we are not here to harm y'all or anything. Like, because if you don't say anything and you start filming at that place, things get bad
Well,
quick.
well, take it as another perspective. Um, let's say example, your house. I go to your house. I come into your house and I start filming you, filming your stuff. What are you gonna say to me? Hey, man, I don't know you. What are you doing here? Get out of my house. So a lot of times
Right.
we hear
Yeah.
ghost box. We're here. Leave. Get out. Stuff like that. Why? Because the entities they're still thinking that's my house, that's my church, that's my whatever, whatever place, and you're inside my place, bothering me. So by doing that, I think, like PLE said, your intentions are good. You want to hear the story, you want to show stuff, but at the same time, show some respect. They used to be grandmas, grandpas, uncles, fathers, niece, sisters. So they used to be human like us. So when you go to the market,
Right.
you want somebody to say, hi, how's it going? You like having a good service, but it's the same thing when you go inside those places. That's my humble opinion. I'll be back in 2 seconds before my dog starts barking like hell.
Nubsy, I
Yes,
have to hop
ma'am.
down because I have to be up in a couple of hours. So, thank you so much for having me up here, and I love each and every one of you. And
Thank you, Mom. I love
I will talk to
you.
y'all
We love you,
tomorrow.
Amy.
Nice to meet you.
I can't wait
Bye,
for
Miss
game night
Amy.
next. Yeah, I can't wait for game night next week.
And we're still gonna beat you. Love you guys.
Okay.
Love you too, Amy. We also got to follow suit as well. We got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah,
We gotta-
I'm gonna stay up for a little bit longer. Probably do a 2-hour stream. Maybe another hour. We'll see.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Nubs.
thank you,
It was
Nubs.
great to meet you all. And
Next
It was nice to meet you too.
next Friday, I'll
Nice
to meet you.
do another
Nice to meet
live,
you,
and we'll be
Squirrel.
talking about our favorite
Bye.
equipment.
Y'all be careful.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for having us.
Be good,
Nubs.
guys.
Good night. Catch you on the
Bye.
flip.
But yes, I'm excited, and I need to get we need to get up Squirrel for real, Corey, because I forgot you're only like
I'm
2
telling you.
hours or so away, and
Yeah.
I can take you to a few places.
Hell yeah, man. Anytime that I'm in town, bro, hit me up.
And you too, Donnie. Whenever you come up to Virginia and you come up, we're gonna do some epic adventures. Like
I've
where
been
do you live?
pricing for rental cars. I live in Florida, but I've been
Okay.
pricing
Sweet.
rental cars to come up for about a week to Virginia because I was supposed to meet up with Nubs and we're supposed to go to Road 666. And then there was a couple other places, like you were mentioning a place. So while I'm there, I want to make as many videos as I can to have those memories for one, and for two, so we can, do a couple collabs.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, because there's so much history up here. It's unreal. I mean, it's like this area, as far as like Southwest Virginia, up in West Virginia, it's like one of those
Hell
states,
yeah.
I believe, that is just completely unexplored, and it's not very talked about on mainstream because I don't know why, and I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean-
People's perceptions, people's misconceptions think, oh God, they're bad people, blah blah blah. No, I mean that's it's just another place I was going to tell you about was Lake Shawnee.
Oh, I plan on
I've
going
heard
there.
about that.
Like
that
West
was my
Virginia is
very
one of the
first.
prettiest states. Like I love West Virginia.
Actually,
Like,
that was my very first investigation. I can tell you that on the same night, I had not only was it my first paranormal investigation, but I also had my first ever attachment for 3 days after that, and my first ever spirit ever touched me physically. I've been touched right here on the arm, and then also it felt like somebody just took their hand and just squeezed right here, right on my shoulder, right here. All at the same time. We got insane amount of
when
evidence.
you got that attachment, because I know I've seen Dom get an attachment before, and it's not a pretty sight. Like that was one of the scariest things I've seen. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That one night at 666, the first time I went, when I seen the two of my friends, I'm not gonna say their name, but two of them get possessed. Like, and I know they got possessed because like they straight fell to their knees. Their eyes were pure white, like pure white all around, and they just had a blank stare. And that
Yeah.
night, I had an attachment, and I had something come home with me, and it just drained my energy like crazy. I felt like crap. I didn't want to do nothing for a good 3 weeks straight until I went back to 666 and took that attachment of 8-year-old boy back.
The two worst. Well, one was Nubsy. You saw it live on.
Boomer.
Boomer.
Two worst things that happened to me. One was, like I said, Nubsy. You saw it live. What happened in that live? That was. I've been doing that for a long time, and I could say, even as a man, I got freaking scared.
That was terrible. Everybody in the chat was
That
scared.
one
Like,
was a plain nasty. It came in like a tornado. It smashed me up.
it got everybody. Well, not everybody, but it got a lot of people.
A lot of people on that chat got affected by that. Some were bleeding by the nose. Some were starting to faint. Like I said, I was ripping my clothes. I was crying like a baby.
Not gonna say his name, but it was Mr. H. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, shut it up, please.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with that guy, man. Seriously,
I had my experience. It didn't do nothing like that to me, but I had my experience.
He came to me, the way he came to me, the way he got to me, scared me a lot, and it takes a lot to scare me. I will sleep in cemeteries. I will sleep in asylums. I don't care if it's haunted. I will go. But this thing scared me to the core. When I say to the core, I mean to the core. To scare me, even just hearing the first letter of the name gives me chill bones.
Yeah.
What happened to me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go. That was like crazy, and the second one happened in prison. But it wasn't that scary in the prison. It was just like it was talking in my head, like real crazy. Always the same thing. It was always saying the same thing. It was telling me to look at the wall, look at the wall, look at the wall. And when I finally looked at the wall, there was written in blood with somebody that took their fingers to write something in blood. But we had taken pictures before that session, and there was nothing on that wall. It was seriously. My daughter was at the end of. I was in the prison cell, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna go on the bunker of the prisoner, and I'm gonna ask questions. Well, I went on the bunker. I put myself to sleep on the bunker. My daughter was at the end of the desk of the bunker, and she was asking questions. I was asking questions, and all of a sudden, she was talking to me, and I wouldn't respond to her. All I was doing with my hands was like a puppet. It was like that was all I was doing with my hands. And in my head, it was saying, "Look at the wall. Look at the wall. Look at the wall. Look at the wall." Like you know when you click old 45 and you leave it on and it skips, it goes. It was doing the same thing in my head. And when I finally opened the eyes to look at the wall, there was a writing. We took a picture at the same time. I will try to find that in my hard disk. I have like 95 gigs of that investigation. So I have to go through it, but I do have that picture where you see the writing in blood, and we have pictures before that was like I said, there was nothing on pictures. And after that, we went different times to that to that place to investigate, and the writings on the wall weren't there. Sorry, I cut you Corey, to push in the story, but I'm sorry.
Right. No, what had happened to me was that night, like it was me, Hensley was there, and Broken Souls Parabax or Boots was there.
Bootsy.
And yeah, we collaborated with them, and we have went like the spirit box itself was having us. It singled us three out to go to on the property. There's there's a stone there that actually formed itself into the shape of an Indian head, which is interesting. And we literally walked. It seemed like forever. It took it. I mean, like when you drive in the car during the day, it's like no time. But I swear to you, at night when you're walking, it felt like hours when we got to it. But something to me was like telling me and compelling me to touch that rock, to touch it. And when I did, oh my God, you're talking about just power just surging through my body as I was touching it. I touched that thing for a good, like, it's to me, it seemed like forever, but I think it was like maybe 5 minutes or so. But as I was, along the way, you could hear things like in the, like, cause there's hay fields right along the path, and you could hear stuff literally, behind you, beside you, everywhere. And Hensley was saying that he's heard, and we all seen it. It looked like a huge, like 7-foot chief standing off into the corner right before we got to that rock. What was interesting is as soon as I was walking on the way back, my feet, it felt like lightning bolts were surging through my feet into the ground as I was walking. It felt like I could feel the power, I could feel the sorrow, the sadness, the sickness, the good times, the bad, everything just balled up into one, kind of moment. It was so surreal for me. And then it felt like, and it was so weird because I felt like I had, like somebody had like implanted, it felt like wings into my back. Like it, because it was down the center of my spine on both sides. You could feel that. I could feel it on the way back. And I was literally drained of all energy. I couldn't hardly do anything. I literally sat there for like an hour at the table, just sitting there shaking. I was literally doing this, just shaking.
Wow.
The next day, after we got back, I was walking from my car to the front door of my house, and I heard ceremonial drums being played all around me at my house. Now, mind you, this has never ever happened to me the time we've lived here in this house or on this property. And that was the strangest thing I've ever heard in my life. And it to this day, it still bumfounds me because it humbled me as a new paranormal investigator, because to have all of that in one single night really just changed everything for me.
See, you said you heard like drums and all that?
Yeah, I could literally hear drums being like boom, 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 all around me.
I've heard that twice on an investigation. Once it was at this little creek that's in Virginia called Blackwater Creek Trail. It's in Lynchburg. And I was there with a few people, and we were filming, and all of a sudden you just hear boom, 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 boom out of nowhere. And it was like right there beside us, though. So we got out of there because we heard like gunshots, too. Like it was crazy. And then the second time I heard drums, it was before we started recording. And it was this hill, we call it Wendigo Hill. And it was a place where I grew up at, like the trailer park I grew up at. It's like a hill going down like this. Well, when I was a kid, I remember walking down that hill, and I could always hear something behind me sound like chains. And if you look back, you get shoved. But if you don't look back, you just run, and it sounds like it's right there behind you. Well, from what we got on the like spirit box, it was clear as day. It said we asked what kind of spirit or what haunts this place, and it said clear as day, 2 Wendigos on the spirit box,
Mm.
and I'm like, and then it also said burial ground on the spirit box too, and I'm like, I grew up. I lived in this place from like literally 1995. I was 4 years old. I moved out when I was 18. So I lived in that trailer park for a really long time. And I've told my mom and them that I think that, and my mom told me that I told her this. I don't remember telling her this, but I told her when I was like 12 that I believe that the trailer park is built on a building. And just hearing it on the spirit box, and when we did the dowsing rod session, we asked if it was a Wendigo haunting it, and it was like straight up yes. Like I know some people when it does dowsing rods, they do when it crosses for yes or open for no. We do the opposite. We do open for yes, cross for no.
You put the for the dowsing rods. You put you put your demands to the entities, so you can ask yes, cross them, no, yes, open them, or no, cross them, or no, open them.
Yeah.
It's at the beginning. You're gonna ask the spirits, can you do this if it's yes or no. So you're gonna give the commands to the entities, up to them to decide if they're gonna interact with the dowsing rods or not. But you're giving the commands on how to talk with you, obviously, because
Right.
not all the entities you're gonna hear what they're saying if you don't have a SB box or a spirit box or SB7, SB11, name them all portals, the stuff. If you don't have them, you won't hear the spirits unless you have certain gifts or stuff. But at the same time, using thousand rods is like talking with them. So you're asking questions. So
Yeah.
to be able to understand what they're saying to you, you're gonna put some commands. So say you can do the same thing with a K2 also, but you're gonna say,
Yeah.
okay, let's say I'm gonna ask you some questions. Um, if the answer is yes, can you please cross the rods, please? Or can you please open the rods? So they understand clearly what you're asking them to do. So then you ask your questions, and then if you get some crossing, you can double check your questions, saying, "Hey, listen, I saw you cross the rods, saying yes. Can you um,
Point to where you're
confirm
at.
and
You can,
confirm this that you did cross the rods to tell me yes. So if it crosses again, then you have a confirmation on your question that you asked. You can do the same thing with a K2, saying if you
Yeah.
see your K2 going crazy and blinking and stuff, you can say, "Hey, I saw you. I saw you touching my K2. I saw you touching the lights. No problem. You can tell the entity, see, it doesn't hurt and stuff like that. But you can say, hey, listen, we'll do a session of questions. If you would please like to answer me, yes, you light up the lights. No, you don't do nothing. So you ask the questions and you can re-verify those questions. So let's say you ask them, are you a man? And you have a man in front of you. Okay, the K2 is going to go up and down. So you can say, okay, I saw you're a man. Thank you for your answer. Can you just please confirm with me that this is
and
actually a
then,
man I'm
yeah.
talking to? If it goes back again and then doesn't do nothing, then you'll know that you have a spirit there. That's I'm not saying it's 100% a man because some spirits do like
Right.
to play and answer all sorts of idea questions, but at least you have a door opening to try and communicate with the entities.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
yep.
Double
And
D,
build rapport. Yeah.
have you had any attachments or anything? Double D.
Um, I don't know. I don't think I've had any attachments to me personally. there has been one in my house. My daughter actually saw it, and it was messing with her.
Now I changed. I had water. Now I'm going to Dr. Pepper.
But yeah,
Best damn drink
she
ever.
actually saw it. She was 4 years old at the time, but she had found some old photos, like the old photos where you used to have to take them to the store and get them developed, and wait for a couple of days to get them. She found some underneath the carpet in the closet in their room, and for like 2 months we fought her every day to go to her room and play or to go to bed. She wouldn't do it. She would cry. She would scream. She didn't want to go in there. I thought it was her being a kid at first, just not wanting to go to bed or just not wanting to go in her room by herself. Until she told us one day there's a shadow in the corner. And I said, "What do you mean?" And she explained it to me. There's a shadow in my corner and it's mean to me. So we went back there. I took some. I personally didn't see it, but I took some photos, and I did see what looked like a dark, not a figure, but a dark, maybe mist, I guess you could say, that was near that area of the room. It was just a darkened part of the. It didn't look like mist or anything. It just looked like a dark, like maybe like a cast from a shadow or something.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I brought her in the living room and I said, "Do you believe that is your room?" And she said, "Yeah, that's my room, Daddy." I said, "Do you believe that you can take your room back from whatever that is?" And she said, "Yeah, I believe so." So we went back there and I started praying and I told her, I said, "You got to tell it, this is your room. Please remove yourself if you're going to be mean to me and scare me." And ever since that night, we haven't had any other problems. So I don't know if it came because of me or if it came because she found the photos.
We had something similar happen here.
I'll be right back. I gotta go potty.
When we discovered our house was built on a plane crash, we started doing a research and stuff like that to to know the history about the plane crash, the house, and stuff like that. And when we started doing that research, my oldest son now was sleeping in a room next to my office right here where I'm now. He was sleeping in that room, and every single night he would tell me, "Daddy, I don't want to go to sleep in that room. I don't want to sleep in that room. Can I go sleep with my sister? Can I go sleep with you guys?" I was like, "No, man. You're 6 years old. Stop. Stop playing around. You're a big man. You have to go to your room in your bed and stuff like that." And one night he got up. He was all sweaty, freaking out. He was going, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, I don't want to stay in that room." And I go, "Listen, buddy, explain to me, why don't you want to stay in that room?" He goes, "I don't like it." He goes, "Somebody's talking in my ear. He's breathing in my ear." I go, "What?" So as I'm going into the room, I took a picture. As I'm walking in the room, and in the middle at the same place where the head of the bed of my son is, you can see an orb the size of a soccer ball. But when I say an orb, you can't mistake that for a dust, for whatever. It's so bright as a light. It's not. It's emitting its own light, and it was like right at the size of like that head where the pillows are, and it was staying there. And I said, "Okay." I said, "Sorry, my son, I didn't know that." And we started doing purification. We started getting rid of a lot of entities that were in the house. Some are still in the house. The reason why they're still in the house, they came through on ghost boxes and portals, telling us that they still had stuff to do here, and that's why we didn't get rid of them. But the rest are all gone. Another funny thing is talking. Like I said, with the house and things. I have a friend Ghost. I call him a friend Ghost. Every time I watch sports, whatever sport it is, it could be curling, it could be golf, it could be whatever on TV. I'm gonna have a cold spot around me here. At the beginning, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a name, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna call you when I watch sports. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna give you a name." So I was thinking about a name. I said, "I'm gonna name you George."
Hi, Ghost.
So I started
Uncle
naming
Ops.
him George and the whatsoever, and we're having a team supper in a restaurant, couple of miles from my house. So we get there, and there's a new girl coming in the team. We're gonna present her, and when she comes in, she goes, "Hey, Dom, did I have some information on the plane crash and stuff like that?" I said, "Okay, cool, give it to me." Then she shows me that the owner, we have a Canadian Football League here, the CFL. It's not NFL. Don't worry, I'm not trying to brag about it, but we have a Canadian Football League here. One of the owners was part owner of the league and part owner of the team in Montreal, was in that plane crash and passed away, obviously. His name is George.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
I was trying to find a name for my ghost, and that popped up in my head. Like something in my head said, "Name it George." This
See-
girl brought the information to me that this guy, I didn't know about this guy. You know, I was starting to discover stuff on the plane crash and stuff. And this guy was part owner of the Canadian Football League, and part he was full owner of the at the time it was called the Alouettes of Montreal. So he was part, and we have what you call the Super Bowl. We have a Grey Cup here. Way less than the Super Bowl, but it's a big event here in Canada. They have the Grey Cup. So 3 days before, this guy George took the plane, leaving to go to Toronto because the Grey Cup was supposed to be held in Toronto, and the plane crashed. So he passed away before seeing his team, and actually the Alouettes on that Super Bowl won that. Well, not the Super Bowl, well, Grey Cup, won the Grey Cup. So he never saw his team win that Grey Cup. He passed away 3 days before that plane crash. So pretty crazy.
Just like these Cowboy fans aren't going to see the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. I know exactly what you're saying.
See, man, shut up, man, shut
Hey,
up. We have more
I
Super
can't.
Bowls than your Eagles, so
Back in the 1800s.
so keep talking.
Back in the 1800s, you mean like
What 1800s?
everybody knows that this is the best
What
team.
18? Oh man, your chicken head sucks.
You like the Eagles, don't you, Squirrel? Oh yeah, you're
No.
Panthers. You're Panthers.
He's going.
Panthers
No,
fan.
not anymore.
Who do you like, Double D?
I'm a Steelers person.
Oh,
You're
so
what?
we're in-state rivals over
Oh.
here. Like,
I
at least
love
me
the
and
You don't like
Cowboys.
the Dogs?
Donnie, I didn't hear. What team are you?
Steelers.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Okay.
Y'all don't have a quarterback no more.
I know.
Yeah.
No.
Neither do we. We don't have a
No.
coach.
He's been in there
No.
for so long, though. He's been in there, what, like 20? I think it was 25 years or 28
Seems
years, something
like
like that. Yeah.
No, like
He's been in there for a long
I
time.
can't.
Some of his teammates have been in retirement for a long time.
Yeah.
Some guys that play with him. What's his name? The Bus.
Jerome
the
Bettis.
Bus, Hines Ward.
Bettis. He has been in
Bettis,
retirement
yeah.
for I think 7, 8, or 8 years, and he was playing with Ben. So yeah.
Well,
Oh,
you know,
he's gone now.
I can't say anything about the Panthers, man. They're just a wild mess right now. And what I couldn't understand is what really got me was the fact that they had the pick for what's his name? Justin Fields
Mm-hmm.
in the last draft. And they passed on him. And then because they thought Sam Darnold was the answer to all their problems.
And then they thought Cam
They
Newton was
invested.
Yeah,
They invested like they're in the hole right now for $18 million because he's a backup quarterback now. Then they brought back Cam Newton thinking that he would solve all the problems. That didn't pan out.
See,
And
what
then
people
the
don't
entire
he
realize,
didn't do since he left the Panthers on first time. He wasn't doing nothing. He did nothing what they did with the Patriots. Sorry. So yeah.
see,
So I don't know why they brought him back.
the thing is, these running quarterbacks don't last long.
Well,
Like we
the
have a
thing
running
is,
quarterback,
this is
and
the
I don't.
thing.
The only
We have
thing,
a
they brought
good
in-
quarterback in Dallas. So
I can't talk trash about that. 'Cause I really can't.
oh,
He's a
try
horrible
you try.
quarterback.
He's not bad. Seriously, you would take him on your team, Nubsy. Don't lie.
I like Hurts, but he just doesn't have no help. We have one receiver. Like
Yeah, yeah.
we have middle school players as the other receivers, like people that don't know how to catch. Like,
Oh my god! No,
hey,
I can't see.
Most of the
is the weirdest
conversation
part.
stayed on topic.
This is the weirdest part. Is for some odd reason they brought in Christian McCaffrey because he was a dual threat or an all threat type of back. They brought him in, and then all of a sudden they create this offense that runs off of just him. It revolves around him.
That's why he's been getting hurt.
And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, we're going to use him for everything. We're just going to run every play off of him."
See, I didn't get along with Josh either.
And then all of a sudden, he's out. He's got ACL tear, here and there.
Yeah, because they're using him so much.
Because they ran him down. They ran him down to the ground. And how are you supposed to build off? How are you supposed to do that if it just revolves around him? And then on top of that, they don't have an O-line to begin with. The only thing that keeps them in the game is the defense.
They do have a good defense.
But the thing is they lost 2 people now due to free agency.
Yeah. Y'all can stay on panel, but I'm gonna actually end this live for tonight. We'll be back again Monday with 2 streams. I'll be 2 streams. Monday at like 3 p.m. Eastern, I'll be reacting to 303 Paranormal. And then Monday at 11 p.m. Eastern, I will be reacting to Mr. Double D down here. So,
Nice, cool.
And then next Friday for episode 2 of Paranormal 101, we are going to be talking about our favorite equipment and our haunted and our dream location to investigate. So,
And I got a surprise for you on that one too.
Yes. That's going to be epic. We have a surprise next week, y'all. But for now, we are out, and we will see y'all later.
Nice, guys. See